Hello, I'm Malcolm Haslett. How has the last 18 months affected young sports people? We have 3 young Olympic hopeful ice skaters with 3 very different stories to tell. Next on OurTime. And welcome to OurTime. You know, over the past 18 months or so, everyone's been talking about how coronavirus has closed so many things down, particularly with sports people as well, because they haven't been able to get out and do what they need to do to keep in top physical form. But most people haven't actually considered what happens to people who train in the fridge. That's in an ice skating rink. And our guests in this program are Manjesh Twari, who is from
India.
We also have Julio Potapenko, who's from
New Zealand.
Originally,
Yeah.
but now living in
Australia.
where?
In Newcastle.
Right.
Near Sydney.
Yes. Well, we know it's near Sydney, but we don't know that Newcastle had an ice rink.
Yeah.
Only one?
Yeah, only one.
Is that difficult with training? Only one place to go?
No, it's just for competitions in Sydney. It can be a little hassle.
Oh, because you've got to go backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
And also Douglas Gerber, who is also from somewhere else.
New Zealand.
Yes, you wouldn't know that because you've got the
No,
everything
it's just
there.
like...
And also, yes, not that you're showing off. Let's start with you because you're the oldest.
Okay.
So, Douglas, how did you get involved in ice skating?
Well, it started off when I was about 9 years old. My mom threw me into a holiday program. And
You never skated before this?
Never skated, never touched a sport. I hated sports. But
Generally?
yeah, just every sport. I was more into music because I liked playing I started with playing the flute, the violin, and then the piano.
Right.
Then I moved on to skating. Well, it was kind of an accident because, I don't know, I hated it from the very beginning. I always fell. I had so many bruises going home. I didn't enjoy it at all until, there was a person I watched at an ice show who did like a talent show at the rink. And I really liked what he did, and I wanted to be exactly like him. So I kind of started enjoying it a little bit more, and that's kind of where it began.
But you're not or your family's not originally from New Zealand?
No, we were born in South Africa, in Cape Town, and then moved over to New Zealand when I was
That's why you've got a little different accent.
Yeah.
Do people talk about that much?
They pick up on often, like some words that I say.
Yeah.
Don't come out quite Kiwi.
Okay. We'll talk about why you're all in Australia in a minute. Julio, what's your big ambition with a mum that's a skater and a skating coach?
Yeah, she's a skating coach.
Are you looking towards going into an ice show?
Not
or
really,
is it more
no.
about the Olympics? Well, your mum
Yeah.
was in shows.
Yeah, she was doing a lot of ice shows.
Where?
In Russia.
Right. So is she Russian?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And she's been coaching you up to this point, but then she felt you needed...
To train with a team with a lot of people my age and my level, because in Newcastle, it was just me, no one to train with, really.
Right, I understand. So in a way, you've formed a team here
Yeah.
with your coach, and we'll talk about him in a tick. Manjesh, you're from...
India,
And which city?
New Delhi.
Where there are millions and millions of people living.
Yep, I guess.
How many people skate?
20 to 30.
1,000?
No, only 20, 30.
Really?
Yeah.
That are serious, like heading towards Olympic skating?
I guess.
Well, so your brother is your inspiration, is that
Yep.
right? So how did he become an ice skater, and how did you become interested?
Well, my older brother is like a bit special, and he joined the Special Olympics in like 2012 or something.
Right.
And he does like volleyball and other sports like that. And he got qualified for 2013 Winter Olympics.
So you came to Australia for how long?
3 months,
And you've been here now for...
1.5 years.
Because coronavirus got in the way and you couldn't go back home.
Yep.
Has that been difficult leaving your family?
A little bit.
But do you still communicate thanks to
Yep.
FaceTime?
Facebook and WhatsApp.
Right. And you've been, I like that look, and you've been studying obviously online because you're
Yep.
still more or less going to school in India.
Yep.
They can see the flakes.
What's been your biggest challenge here? Is it the language, the not
Yeah.
knowing people? What's been your biggest challenge?
Language, hard to talk.
Because you didn't speak English at home? Oh, you learned English though, didn't you? Little bit.
Yeah, only like reading the books,
Oh, okay.
but can't talk.
But in 18 months, you've managed to...
Yeah, I can talk kind of.
You can talk well, not a problem. Okay, so all of you have ended up here in South Australia, in Adelaide, with a fairly big rink, with quite a well-known coach who's considered to be really the best in Australia. Is that why you came here? Let's start with you.
Yes, that's why I came here, because it was difficult back at home with like the situation that I was going through, and I felt in my best interest that it was better and more beneficial for me to come to South Australia with Richard, because I know that he can take me to where I need to be.
Right. And how does he do that? This is Richard Laidlaw we're talking about. Richard's been on the program with some other skaters in the past.
Well, they say doctors have magic hands. I think that Richard has a magical hands as well. I don't know, he's got a way with skating that's, he's very technical and knows what he's talking about because he's been everywhere. So he has all the knowledge, but right in front of me.
Well, let's have a look at you doing, what are you doing in this little clip?
So it's the triple axel jump. It's like a jump that a lot of people can do, but I was the first in New Zealand to ever attempt and land one, not just in practice, but in competition as well.
And how many times don't you land it?
Never. I'm perfect.
Oh, yeah, sure. So, because I've skated, I actually realise how difficult it is, because your feet are slipping out from underneath you, and the balance in your body has to be so spot on. So what can Richard give you? Is it like attention to where your arms are, where your feet are, how fast you need to go?
Well, he knows everything. There's nothing really, I haven't been able to ask him a question that he doesn't know yet. He has this special iPad that has all the knowledge and all the notes in it. He just whips it out and he's like, you need to do this and this and this and this. And you're like, okay.
And
So
how hard is that to translate?
Well, I found it easy to understand and then put into play. It doesn't always work first go, but with practice it then comes around.
So it is about practice.
Yes.
How long, for all three of you, how long would you normally work in a day on your skating?
Well, there's 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours afternoon.
It's about 4 hours on the ice.
So it's 4 hours a day, every day.
Yeah.
Julio, your mum was teaching you up to this point.
Yeah.
And your ambition is obviously to be an Olympic champion.
Yeah, that's my goal.
So is the answer the same as why you came here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Manjesh, for you, did you know who Richard was before you came here?
I met him once in Oceania, and not really that much, but my brother know him like.
And that's why he recommended to come here?
Yep.
Right. Okay, so you're heading towards is it 2026 Olympics?
Well, I've got a chance to go to the 2022 Olympics. It's a long shot, and it wasn't really in the plan, but I've been given an opportunity to go trial for it in Germany in September.
Providing you can get there.
Getting there with COVID being around. But if I can get there, there's one spot remaining, and hopefully I will get that spot.
Fingers crossed. Julio, what about you? Because you've got a competition coming up.
I'm not doing that competition,
Oh, okay.
but my goal right now is to get to the next level and hopefully qualify for a junior Grand Prix.
Right, just explain what a junior Grand Prix is.
Well,
It sounds like a car race for kids.
well, only 3 skaters get picked for it, and it's around September each year.
And this is in Australia.
No, it's in different countries.
No, sorry. Only 3 Australians get picked for it? Is that what you mean?
I think so.
Right. And where is the next one to be held?
Well, I think there's 5 of them each Grand Prix.
Yeah. 6, he's holding up 7 fingers.
7. There's 7.
If you count your thumb.
And I don't know, they're always different countries.
Right. So the thing is, it's not necessarily going to happen in Australia, hence the problem with COVID and getting... What about you, Manjesh? Is it Russia you're supposed to go to the next one?
Yep, Junior Grand Prix.
So it may or may not be possible?
No, well, this
Well, as you
100%.
can't tell the future, it's hard to tell,
Yep.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's what you're training for at the moment. Yes. Speaking of training, we have to do a bit of our own. We'll be back in a tick. Welcome back to OurTime. Our special guests in this program are skating champions in the making, Manjesh, Julio and Douglas. I do know that all three of you share your accommodation. Who snores the loudest?
I'm just flat out going to point at me there.
Well, we're all
Well, that's
pretty
'cause I go to
equal.
sleep.
Depends how tired we are.
Well, I go to sleep first, which means they're all going to hear me snore. I don't get to hear
Not
them
necessarily. You might not snore initially.
snore. No, I'm pretty sure I do.
I'm not
It
sure
does.
whether it's REM sleep or whatever it is that you... But because of the amount of physical activity you do, are you all good sleepers? Do you all... I know you get up at the crack of dawn. What time?
5?
5 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of you? Who's the last one? Who's the hardest to get out of bed?
He goes to sleep very late, that's
Yes.
why.
Yes, because why, Manjesh?
Yeah, tell us, Manjesh.
Watching some skating videos and study.
Desiree's not skating.
Shut up.
But you do. I noticed that you're always on your phone watching other people skating. What's the benefit of that to you?
It's help us in our skating.
Does it?
Yeah.
How does it help you? Just seeing other people doing things you want to do?
Kind of, yeah.
Or
Trying
that
to
aren't
do
as
them.
good as you?
Oh no, they're better than me.
Better than you?
Way more better than me.
Who's the best out of the three of you?
Okay,
Sorry,
you don't have to.
I've got some dust in my
Forgot
throat.
who to point to first, I understand. But that could also be because you're the oldest.
Yeah.
We've been skating all the same amount of years.
I feel.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, things happen to your body as you get older and stronger, and it's easier.
Does
So,
show.
Julio, let's have a look at you skating. What are you doing in this clip?
I'm doing a double axel.
How long did it take you to get to that?
Well, over here in Adelaide, I've been trying it for at least a year or two. But when I was here, it sort of just clicked. I don't know. I think it was just a confidence thing.
Is it because you're with a team of other guys, so that you all
maybe.
sort of push each other a bit, do you think?
Could be. I don't know.
And let's have a look at you too, Manjesh, on the ice. What are you doing? What's it called?
Single axle,
Okay, and that's where you start with axles, and that goes to what's the next level?
double, triple, quad.
So is it all about the tricks?
No,
Or is it-
spins and edges?
Artistry.
Artistry.
Yeah, well, the entertainment value, I suppose, as well.
Yeah.
Because doing this, yes, it's a competition, but it's also a competition that people watch, and maybe their heads are in your bodies while you're doing what you're doing, because it is genuinely so exciting. I've been lucky enough to work with some absolutely wonderful ice skaters in my life, and knowing how much time they put in to what they do. I was working with Torval and Dean for quite a long time, and they would be on ice for 8 hours a day, and then they'd do a 3-hour show at night, and they would be in every other routine. And they were amazing, but their whole life was about ice skating. Now, what's your future plan? Will you continue with ice skating, or what will you do?
Well, I hope to continue with skating, but I've got to go to university and study to become a doctor. But I want to coach at the same time, but I think it'll be hard to juggle both of them, but I think I'll make it work.
I think if you get to the level that you're already at, you could actually learn to sew up the hole in your pants.
There's no hole.
There is a hole
There's
right on your knee.
no
How did that happen?
Well, I was doing the triple axel jump and my blade went pachoo and pachoo. So big hole.
And it's also happened in other parts on your feet as
Oh,
well.
like this one?
Because people may not realise that the edges of the blades are really quite sharp.
Yeah, they're like knives
and
on your
why
feet.
is that exactly? Why are they so sharp?
Because they've been sharpened.
Yes. Julio, why are they so sharp?
Because they're being sharpened.
Hey, that's my thing.
Have you got a better answer?
Nah, I'm gonna just use the same thing.
No, because if they weren't sharp,
if they-
you'd fall over.
Yeah,
When
and
you
you
go
wouldn't get
in
speed.
circles and sideways.
Exactly.
And when you talk about edges, just explain what that means.
So edges are turns and elements in sequence, whether they be a rocker, which you turn on the outside edge and your inside edge. So on your blade,
So you're rocking from one side
yeah,
of the edges to
from
the
your
other.
outside
Yep.
edge to your inside edge. You create
Yep.
turns, going from forwards to backwards, backwards to forwards in motions.
So then why are the edges so sharp?
Because if they're blunt, you're going to slip off your edge and not complete the full turn.
That's right. Isn't that amazing? See,
Exactly.
I even know that, even though I'm no good as a skater. What's your ambition?
What's my ambition?
Lifelong ambition. Do you want to follow in your mum's footsteps?
Well, I want to continue competitive skating, hopefully achieve my goal. And then probably coaching, because I've already started doing like coaching little kids in Newcastle in skate school, and I quite enjoy that.
In order to be able to do these things, though, you have to have reached a certain standard to start with.
Yes.
Was that difficult?
Yeah, it was.
Manjesh, what's your long-term goal in life, apart from making money and becoming a millionaire?
Okay.
They're laughing because we know that's what
it.
you want.
Yeah, qualify for Winter Olympics 2026, and yeah, becoming engineer.
Do you feel an obligation to your brother and family for the money that they've spent to make this possible for you?
Yep.
Is that difficult to know that you've got to sort of carry that for the future?
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's things people don't sort of realise. Ice skating is probably one of the most expensive sports to be involved with. How important has it been for all three of you to have a coach? Start with you.
I think it's 100% important because before I came here, for like 6 months, it was almost, not just because of COVID, but I was almost coachless at the same time. And I did struggle a little bit and went backwards, so technique went a bit sideways. So when I came here, we've had to like rebuild and correct technique that was lost and put back into play.
Right. For you?
Well, before I came here, I was being coached by my mum, and she was a great coach. She's really
She's
good.
your mum?
Yeah. And we just wanted to try something new because I've never had this opportunity to skate with Richard, but it's been really good.
And how far, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think you've improved? In how long have you been here?
4 weeks.
Is that all? Okay.
Yeah.
How much do you think you've improved in that time?
I've gotten 2 jumps consistent in the time I've been here.
Right, actually, I should ask them. How much do you think he's improved? Can you see a difference?
I can see a big difference in his jumps. I think they've definitely improved. It's been a short time for him to make these corrections. I think is quite talented.
And you've been here for quite talented. There's a compliment. You've
gonna hold
been
on
here for how long?
I think I'm coming up to my 3rd month now.
And what did you think of him? How has he improved?
Well, when I came here, I thought he was really good because he's got all the big jumps and stuff.
Yes.
But yeah.
Probably should explain that there's sort of a single version, a double version, a triple version. Is there a
There's a quad.
quad version?
It
Yeah.
hasn't been. Nobody's actually done it yet.
People are trying.
Yeah, the quad axle's in the making, basically.
And this is spinning in the air before you land and don't fall over.
Exactly right.
And what do you land on?
Your right foot or left foot, depending on if you're lefty or righty.
And are you on which edge or flat on?
Outside
Edge.
And why do you have sharp edges again, Manjesh? You've been here longer than both of them, so it's harder for them to comment on you. But what have you seen happen with these two guys? Because you've been in a position to notice any changes.
Well, when this boy first time come, he can't go 1 feet into the silent double axle, but now he can land it 1 feet.
And
He's always best.
okay, so what have you learned from being here as well? What's your best achievement so far?
Everything. Like when I was come here, I only can do double salco and kind of single axle, and now I can do all of them.
No, well, that's wonderful. I mean, it is wonderful when you start achieving your goals. Yeah. So, other interest in life, apart from skating? Is the answer none?
No, I actually really enjoy studying. I do enjoy learning new things every day.
Well, if you're going to be a doctor, that'll be an advantage.
Yeah. So, well, that's one of the things I aspire to be because my mom's a doctor as well. So I look up to what she does as well.
Right, we haven't got much hope there, have you? Does your mother tend to you if you're sick? Well, they're not allowed to, really, are they?
No, my mom's, I think she's pretty good at what she does.
Okay.
Because she sent the mail like a 10 kg parcel that was like, I would say 90% just like pure medication.
Okay.
With instructions on every bottle what to do.
Oh, okay. That's Mama looking after you.
Yeah.
I like that. I've forgotten what question I just asked you then.
Ambitions? What is-
Ambitions. Yeah,
oh,
well, no, we
other
talked
things
about
other
that.
than skating. Like,
Yes,
what do I do in
other than skating. What about you?
Well, I guess hobbies. Like, I like music.
Do you
know.
play anything?
I don't play any instruments.
You just like listening?
Yeah, a lot.
Finding music for what you're skating to, is that difficult?
Yeah, for me, it's really hard.
But you like music?
Yeah, it's
Is
just
it
for,
too many choices?
Well, just for skating, it's such a different category from what I would listen to.
Right.
And yeah, it's just hard to pick.
Same question to you, Manjesh.
Well, I like skateboarding, apart from my skating, and listen songs and travel.
And looking at your iPhone.
Um,
Yes, look, he was right onto it.
I mean, reading books.
And studying for school. Studying for
What?
school.
Yeah, school. I love school.
He intends to read books one day. That's what he meant.
I like that one.
I've got it all. I've got it all. Okay, guys, we'll be back in just a tick with the last comment from everybody on Our Time. Our special guests are Manjesh, Julio and Douglas, and we'll see you soon. We've been talking with Manjesh, Julio and Douglas just about their lives as ice skaters. Your coach is actually in the studio because he brought you out tonight.
Is he?
Richard Laidlaw sitting over there. That's Richard.
Smile!
What's the best thing you can say about him?
We're going to have to dig deep there. Wow.
What's he mean to you, Manjesh?
Well, he's like a kind of father to me.
Right.
Tell me what to do all the time.
It tells you what to do. Like with off-ice training, because we talked about how much time you're on ice, but how much training do you do off-ice? So there's 4 hours a day minimum on ice. What do you do off-ice?
Well,
How long?
I'm like 2 hours off the ice every day.
Per day?
Yes.
Is this in fitness or is this trying to jump further?
Both.
It's kind of both.
Yeah.
Different
Both.
every day.
And there's an
almost.
interesting little round disc thing so you can spin on it. That
Yes.
somebody's invented along the way, which makes things a lot easier.
Harder.
Harder?
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
But you don't have to get cold feet. I always worry about people. I call it, when you go to ice rink, it's like sitting in the fridge for an hour or two.
We're in an overgrown fridge.
You must be very healthy and keep moving a lot to keep the blood flowing, to keep you warm enough. It always amuses me when skaters get so hot they have to actually take their jackets off that have been protecting them from the cold. Guys, it's been just great being able to chat with you like this. All the best wishes in the future. Good luck for you. You've got the biggest competitions coming up. Manjesh, I hope whatever more time you've got in Australia is really successful for you. And I hope your mum can see the changes in you when you get back home again.
Thank you.
It's been great having your company as well on Our Time this time. So until next time, keep yourselves nice till then. See ya.